Mina ngiyawusekela lo mthetho sivivinywa ngoba uzoqinisekisa ukuthi abantu baba nezindlu ezisezingeni elifanele. Kodwa bekithanda nje ukuthi ke ngiphawule ngokuthi kubhekelelwe indawo ikakhulukazi njengoba sazi ukuthi la eWitbank eMalahleni indawo yezimayini sisondelene kakhulu nezimayini. Kanti ke lokho kuba nomthelela omubi kakhulu ngoba uma besebenzisa iziqhushumbisi ziba nomthelela ukuthi izindlu ziyakreka futhi ngesinye isikhathi nogesi uyathinteka lapho ngendaba ukuthi uthola ukuthi asanawo ugesi ngendaba yokusebenza kwalezi zimayini ngoba sondelene nazo kakhulu. Kanti futhi ziba nomthelela omubi kunqalasizinda la sihlala khona, ingakho sithola ukuthi ama-storage ngesinye isikhathi uthola ukuthi ayavuza kungendaba yalokho. Kanti ke esikhathini esiningi uthola ukuthi siyagula nje nathi nezingane zethu ziyagula. Konke lokho ke kusibangela ukugula. Bengicela nje ukuthi lo mthetho sivivinywa ubonelele lezo zinkinga ezikhona. Kanti okunye futhi ukuthi siba nenkinga lama siza kwezokuxhumana ngoba ngendaba yalezi mayini ezikhona la ngiyacabanga ukuthi ke ziba nomthelela ongemuhle kwi-signal ngoba asikwazi ukuthi sithole i-signal ngesinye isikhathi uma usha ucingo uvele unqamuke ngendaba yalokho. Kanti nedata nayo ukwazi ukuthi asikwazi nje ukuthi sixhumane ingakho ke sithi siyacela nje ukuthi sengathi ke konke zonke lezi zinkinga ezikhona zingabandakanywa kulomthetho zikwazi ukuthi zibhekelele.
Thank you very much. Utata was the one that has made input on environment. Can you go to the, I'm not sure whether were you able to capture it correctly, or you can go there and, fine, are you right? Oh, okay, thank you very much.
Sanibona. Njani kama ngusipho kamkhuluma ngibuya eForceman sinqobile Ward 9. Mina kahle kahle ngiconfused ukuthi ngihambelane nayo ibill okanye ngihambelane nayo. Ngizosho ngoba thina esinqobile siyayibhadala igesi siyabhadala amanzi but into engishayayo i1 la ukuthi no nina maniceda ukwesakhela lemizi nake nibuye nizochecka ukuthi izinto zihamba kahle na, because of mina I'm definitely sure ukuthi eForceman i90% abantu bayabhadala igesi but nina nake nibuye nizochecka ukuthi lemizi isame kahle na, amasuwa ame kahle na, yonke lento isame kahle na. Ngiyabonga.
Baba?
I am confused. I'm not sure whether to support this bill or not. We there at Sinqobile, we do pay for our municipal services, but sometimes we do not we are not provided with the service. And my worry is that after these houses are built, there is no mechanism to come and monitor as to whether everything is in order. I know that 90% of us at Sinqobile, we do pay our municipal services, but if you look at these problems which we have raised, which impact on our infrastructure as well. So those are the points that I wanted to raise. Thank you.
Sanibonani, igama nguSharon Wakandlovu, ngivela ku Steve Tshwete municipality ku Ward 19 ngiyi Ward committee khona. Ngithanda ukubonga ukuthi ibill number 1 ngiyayisupporta kakhulu nama izinto zakhona konke lokho kubhalwe lana kuhle kakhulu. Netinto engikhala ngayo ukuthi esikhathini esiningi sibonile izinto eziningi ezivela ku government ukuthi zinhle kodwa i-implementation ayivami ukuthi ihambe kahle. So okokuqala bengicela ukuthi sizame ukuthi zonke lezi zinto ezikhona sizi-implemente. Bese ngizwe abantu abaningi labakhala ngendaba yokuthi equality yezindlu ayisi right. So mina into engicelayo ukuthi ngibonile ukuthi thina masakha izindlu lena emakhaya ama inspectors used to come uma uceda ukwenza i-foundation an inspector would come, azo inspector ukuthi i-foundation sehamba kanjani. Kodwa ngiyacabanga ukuthi uma ngabe bekwenzeka nako la kulezindlu lezi ama-RDP ezakhiwayo, le nkinga lena beyingeke ibe khona. So siyacela ukuthi ama-inspectors mawabe visible ngaso sonke isikhathi uma kwakhiwa lezindlu lezi, in order that izindlu zizoba equality ekahle. Ngiyabonga.
I support this bill, but the challenges we have is that though we have, the government has policies in place, but the problem is with implementation. So I would like to encourage the government to look into that aspect of implementation. The other point is that the lack of monitoring is the one that leads to this situation where you have houses which are substandard. I remember there where I come from, when they build, inspectors will come and inspect the building from foundation phase. But now, when they build these RDPs, we don't see those inspectors coming to monitor. Hence, I am encouraging, pleading with the government to look into this aspect so that we can have inspectors who can come and inspect so that we can have better quality structures.
Thank you, Chairperson. Greetings to MPs there, special greetings to Commissar Nolivuo Chafeni in absentia. My name is Lucas Simpila. I'm from Dr. J.S. Moroka Local Municipality. Members of the media as well, greetings to you. My submission goes as follows. Public hearing submission, Housing Consumer Protection Bill. For many years, our people have complained about the quality and standard of houses without any help because of the failure of the Registration Council, which operates like a cartel. This is mainly the case with the RDP houses that were built by dishonest contractors. We welcome the bill, yes, but that will protect homeowners from poor quality buildings from the registration of home builders' dependence on the quality standards of home building. While we welcome the strengthening of the Home Warranty Fund, the fund must not only be accessible to rich building houses in suburbs and estates, but also to those who are building, including in the townships and rural areas. We accept that it is difficult to apply the bill to temporary building structures forming part of informal settlements or shacks. However, the decision to exclude the application of the bill to structures that do not have their own bathroom or toilet is based on misguided European misconceptions of what qualifies as a building. People in rural areas build differently, and therefore this exclusion must be removed from the bill. For many years, the home building construction sector has been dominated and continues to be dominated by a few whites. Together with this Registration Council, the registration requirements appear fair, but the practical implications of the stringent requirements may be used to exclude entrant home builders who are mostly backup contractors. The use of the surplus of the Home Warranty Fund to finance transformation measures the industry must clearly specify that some of the funds will be used to assist black entrants with registration and must be reported on annually. Failure to address clearly how the legislation will ensure that it supports the entrance of black contractors and transform the industry will only serve to create a white-owned industry presented as a way to protect homeowners. I so submit.
Thank you.
Isethulo ilesi esilandelayo ukuthi eminyakeni eminingi kube nezikhalazo eziningi maqondana namazinga wokwakhiwa kwezindlu ngendaba yokuhluleka kwe-NHRBC engasebenzi ngobuqotho. Lokhu kubonakala kakhulu noma kubonakala kakhulu makwakhiwa izindlu kusetshenziswa osokontilaka abangathembeki. Siyathemba ke ukuthi lo mthetho wona uzovikela abanini izindlu ukuthi bangatholi izindlu ezingekho ezingeni elifanele ngokuthi babhaliswe kulo mkhandlu. Siyamukela futhi ukusimamiswa nokuqiniswa kokusebenza kwalesi sikhwama esibizwa ngokuthi home warranty fund. Kodwa lesi sikhwama kufanele ukuthi ke sitholakale kubo bonke, singabhekeleli laba abacebile kuphela emadolobheni nakuma estates, kodwa ke kubhekelelwe nasemalokishini nasezinye indaweni zasemaphandleni. Siyamukela ukuthi sibe khona izinqinamba noma siyamukela ukuthi ke kuzoba nzima ukuthi ke kusetshenziswe lo mthetho sivivinywa kulezo zakhiwo zesikhashana nezinye ke okubandakanya imijondolo nemikhukhu. Yize kunjalo ke ukungabandakanywa kwalezi zindawo njengoba kushiwo ukuthi ke indlu kufanele ukuthi ke ibe ne bathroom ne toilet ngaphakathi, lokhu ke sibona kuumqondo equbuka le phesheya le ukuthi ke uma kwakhiwe ngaleyo ndlela ukuthi ke akwamukeleki lokho njengesakhiwo. Abantu basemakhaya bakha ngezindlela ezihlukile ngendaba yezinqinamba zokutholakala komhlaba. Kanti okunye futhi ukuthi esikhathini eminyakeni eminingi lo mkhakha wezokwakha wona uphethwe abelungu kanye nayo i-NHRBC, kanti futhi ezinye izinto ezidingekayo ukubhaliswa lapho izidingo nqala ukuthi ke ize kukhona ke ezilungile, kodwa kuba nzima kakhulu ngoba ezinye zinqala kakhulu, kuba nzima kakhulu ukuthi osokontileka abasafufuzayo okuyibona esikhathini esiningi abalekelela lamakontileka amakhulu, ukuthi nabo kufanele ukuthi babhekelelwe ngalesi sikhwama ukuze bakwazi ukuthi bathole ukuxhaswa kulemboni, nokuthi lo mxhaso ikwazi ukuthi ilekelele osokontileka abansundu nokuthi lokhu kubhaliswe kuphinde kubikwe njalo ngonyaka. Ukuhluleka ukubhekelela lokhu noma uma umthetho uhluleka ukubhekelela lokhu, kufanele ukuthi umthetho uqinisekise ukuthi abansundu bakwazi ukuthi bangene kulemboni, bakwazi ukuthi bahlele kabusha lemboni, kungamani ukubhekelele izinkontileka zabamhlophe kuphela.
Thank you, Chairperson. Greetings to the House and all members of Parliament. My name is Sarah Machava. I'm a PR councillor from Dr. J.S. Moroka Local Municipality under Ward 5. My public hearing submission reads by this. For many years, our people have complained about the quality and standard of houses without any help because of the failure of the NHRBC, which operates like a cartel. This is mainly the case with the RDP houses that were built by dishonest contractors. 2. We welcome a bill that will protect homeowners from poor quality building through the registration of home builders dependent on the quality standard of the home building. While we welcome the strengthening of the house warranty fund, the fund must not only be accessible to the rich building houses in suburb and estate, but also to all who are building, including in township and rural areas. We accept that it is difficult to apply the bills to temporary building structures forming part of informal settlements or shacks. However, a decision to exclude the application of the bills to structure that do not have their own bathroom or toilet is based in misguided European misconception of what qualities as a building. People in rural areas building different to those in the city land contains, and therefore they do not always build homes that have attached to them a toilet and bathroom, or even a kitchen. Therefore, this exclusion must be removed from the bill. For many years, the home building construction sector has been dominated and continues to be dominated by few whites. Together with HNRBC, the registration requirements appear fair, but the practical implication of the stringent requirement may be used to exclude.
Submit 3 minutes. Mama. Dumelang ka moka. Mo mo pela ga lena ke Polena Maduana, Ward Committee ya se Ward 9. Ward Committee ya se Ward 9 e Fosman. Fosman go na le mekhukhu ka tlase ka mo. Mekhukhu e ka tlase ga pula inwa ba ba rwala ba ba isha ka olong. Pula ya homola ba ba tšea ba ba boetša ka kwa metsing gape. Batho ba leng ka kwa mekhukhung ga go ile voutwa ba tswa ba tsoga e sa le bošego ba ile fola di-line ba ya vouta. Ga go fela di-voutu go fedile a ba sa ba naka batho ba la ba ka tlase. A ba na kese, a ba na metsi, ka mo ba dutšeng ka ntse ke ka metsing. Ke mekhukhu e ba e tsebang e dutše ka metsing. Ke kgopela gore masepala wa rena a re thuši ka bona ka mo mekhukhung a bona gore o ba tšea o ba iša kae gobane dintlo ba ile ba ngwadiša dintlo mara go feletse mo wa sanka di tswelela ntlo tša bona. Ke a leboga. Thank you, Mama. You are saying you are a ward committee? Yes. What is the role of the ward committee? Ke ward committee ya Air Force man. Ke a leka go ya go bolela le masepala mara a go tswelelele gabotse. Ke nyaka gona gore go tswelelele gobane batho bala ba ngwadišitše dintlo tša bona ga ba re ba ile go checka ga masepala ba re le boeng o tlileng ba ya go masepala a ba kry-a selo jale ke kgopela masepala a nthuše. Did you interacted with your ward councillor? Ward committee. Did you interacted with your ward councillor? O boletše le ward councillor ya hao wa mo fa mathata owe as warabe. What councillor? I go to what committee when? Yes. O boletše nae? A tsa ke be ke kgopela masepala a re thuše ka batho ba la ka ba tšoka mo le metsing. No, Mama. A re kwane, Mama. What committee? Yes. What committee? Yes. What committee? O reporter a councillor what councillor as a what committee. So aker ke nyaka o thuša ke nyaka o tseba gore o reportile mathata a le a reportile ko what councillor o rileng ha re mmitša re re what committee ya hao e tlile ya botša palamente ya re ya o ile atla what councillor ya rena le ena a tla lebelela ka mola a bona metsala jalo pula ye gore ke le bolelela gore o tlile wa bone le ena pula e sa tšona jalo ke bolelela mabapi le gore pula ye tla re kgopela thušo shempe ande yena o ile a tla bone o na le makhanselara ba kae mo ke wena o le iwane mo ke what ya hao the one that batho ba dutšeng ka rametse. What councillor wa mo ukayen? Ku wena mama? Ana mang? Ana mthweni? Oh, ye lo ngwadisa kwa mama. All right. Yang ko lo ngwadisa.
The lady, she's from Ward 9, Fosman, and she's saying where she stays. It's a wet place whereby there's shacks which are built in a land which there's a lot of water underneath. And people from Ward 9, they've voted for the present government, but after they have voted, the government doesn't come back to help them with their problems. And also, there's no electricity there, there's no water supply. The municipality has failed people in such a way that they have applied for RDPs in that area, but they haven't found any RDPs. They are still dwelling into that problematic place. Therefore, she's urging that as a ward councillor, the parliament today must come and help them as soon as they can.
Thank you very much. We have solicited your inputs. We have captured all of your inputs as Parliament. As we are going to deliberate on the bill, we are going to consider all issues that you have raised on the bill.
Siyabonga kakhulu ngakho konke senikwethulile izethulo zenu sizwile ngakho ke manje ukusuka lapha sekuhlanganisa nje konke nikushilo sikuhlanganise nalomthetho sivivinyo ebesizowethula lapha kini.
Amongst us, we have the people from NHBRC, which are the regulatory body on the building environment. I'm going to give them this opportunity to talk up, to respond on other issues that you have raised on the bill, including the chapter 6 that somebody needed clarity. Natasha and your team, you can come and
Ayike lapha njengamanje sinethimba elivela ku MHPRC elizoza lapha NHPRC. Okay, NHPRC. Elizokhike lithi lixoxa ngezethulo zenu liphendule futhi neminye imibuzo enithintile nakhuluma ngayo liphinde lichaze no chapter 6 enithe ningathanda ukuchazelwa wona.
here, can somebody help Natasha on the mic? What is the problem? Is it on? Camera, can you be able to go this way? Natasha must face the people. I'm not sure how you're going to do it, but she must speak. She must, yeah, she must.
Yeah, thank you. Good afternoon, Honorable Chairperson, members, and our public at large. Chairperson, we have noted the comments raised by our stakeholders, which, Chair, includes, the issue of inspections. Chair, the bill in chapters 70 to 72 provide for the roles, responsibilities, and duties of inspectors to undertake inspections. Chair, I've also noted the issue with regards
Can you allow translation?
Eke ngibingelele usihlalo, ngibingelele ithimba, ngibingelele nayo yonke indlu ekhona lapha. Sizizwile izikhalo esezishiwo esikuphawule kakhulu nje okokuqala indaba yalokho kuthiwa ama inspection noma ukuhlolwa kwezinto kusengaphambili. Sikuzwileke sizoxoxa ngakho lokho kuhlola ukuthi kungenziwa kanjani futhi lapha ku number 7 to 72 kuyaxoxwa ngakho ukuthi yiphi indlela okwenziwa ngayo.
Then we, on the issue of inspections, Chair, the NHBRC and the Steve Twete local municipality has collaborated, and we've entered into a memorandum of understanding, especially, for issues surrounding inspections, sharing of information to ensure, that there are adequate protection to our housing consumers.
Kule ndaba yokuvikela amakhasimende ethu masisho ukuthi thina ke njenge NHBRC ne Steve Twete sihlalile saxoxa ngayo ngoba siyayabona ukuthi yakhathaza ukuthi yiphi indlela engasingathwa ngayo ukuze ilethe ukuvikeleka ikakhulukazi kumakhasimende uma kuziwa endabeni yokuqinisekisa noma ukuhlola ukuthi izinto zihamba kahle.
Chairperson, there has been issues raised regarding education campaigns, awareness campaigns, as well as, opportunities for young builders. In relation to any information about the NHBRC, we are stationed outside and can provide any information as to what it is that the NHBRC do, etc., and provide pamphlets. On training opportunities, there will be training scheduled for the youth on the 13th and 14th of September 2022. If anybody is interested in those trainings, please register outside.
Endabeni ke yokuqeqesha njengoba sizwile ukuthi abanye bayakhala ngendaba yokuqeqesha indaba yokuqwashisa ngayo iNHBRC sesenze ke indlela zokuthi sibafundisa abantu ngakho ngomhla ka13 of 14 September kuzobe kunendawo ke lapho kuzobe kufundiswa khona ke abantu ngayo kodwa uma kungenzeka niyafuna ukwazi ukuthi kusetshenzwa kanjani lapha kwa NHBRC lapha ngaphandle niyalibona sinethende lapha ngaphandle limisiwe ningeza bese nithola ke incwajana ezithile eningazifundela khona okunye okwenziwayo.
Lastly, Chairperson, there has been questions regarding Chapter 6 of the bill. Now, Chapter 6 of the bill has 3 sections. The 3 sections are basically broken down into the prohibition on award of contracts, making of payments to non-registered home builders, warranties included when you sign or enter into agreement with a home builder for building of a home, and lastly, the speedy resolution of disputes.
Uma sesiza lapha kulo chapter 6 ke esithi abanye badinga ukuchazelwa wona bafuna ukuqonda nawo ukuhlukaniseke cishe igabe ezintathu ngakho uma uya kuwo uzophinda uchaze ke manje ukuthi ukwakhiwa okokuqala kwazo izindlu kwenziwa kanjani bese kuba khona nalokho kuthiwa ama warranty iziqinisekiso manje yokuthi njengoba kwakhiwa lendlu isiphi isiqinisekiso esikhishwayo esinikezwa sona ngoba abanye bayebasho ukuthi bazidinga iziqinisekiso ezinjalo ngakho uchapter 6 uyakhuluma ke ngalezo zindaba.
In terms of Chapter 6, Part 1, so the bill basically prohibits any person to participate in any subsidy projects unless that person is registered with the NHBRC. It also prohibits government entities to award projects to home builders that are not registered.
Uhlukene ke izigatshana ke isigaba sokuqala salapho chapter 6 kusesenqabela lokho kuthiwa ama subsidy kubantu siyakunqabela ukuthi akekho umuntu ovunyelwe ukwenza njalo bese okwesibili sinqabele futhi nosonkontileka ngokwabo kakhulukazi onkosonkontileka abathi bayakha izindlu kodwa bebe bengabhalisile lapha ku NHBRC nabo futhi bayenqatshelwa ukuthi basebenze.
Further, Part 1 says that if a home builder has been appointed and he appoints any subcontractors, that subcontractor must also be registered with the NHBRC. Then lastly, Part 1 then prohibits the payment of any services. If there are any defective construction, no payment must be made for that particular construction.
Uphinde ke manje bese uthinta abantu abakhayo abangaphansi abayizinkontileka ezingaphansi ukuthi uma bakha nabo kufanele bakhe kuphela uma bebhalisiwe lapha ku NHBRC. So uma bengabhalisiwe abavunyelwe ukuthi bakhe. So umthetho uyabenqabela ukuthi benze njalo. Kufana nokukhokha ke futhi nokuthi bakhokhelwe banikeze imali umthetho futhi uyakwenqabela.
Part 2 deals with a contract between a housing consumer and a home builder. That contract and that agreement between the two parties will ensure that there are certain warranties provided by that home builder. He must ensure that he's registered with the NHBRC. He must ensure that the home is enrolled with the NHBRC. Upon completion of construction and occupation of the home, that home builder must rectify the home for any structural defects within 5 years from date of occupation, 3 months for non-structural defects, and 24 months for any roof defects.
Nalapha futhi ke kuba khona ivumelwano manje phakathi komuntu owakhayo nomnikazi womuzi. Nakhona futhi lezi ivumelwano kufanele zinamathele ziqondiswe yiyo futhi NHBRC okusho ukubhekelela ke manje lokho esiye sakusho sathi ama warranty noma iqinisekiso ukuthi lendlu izohlala isikhathi esingakanani ngokwezigaba zayo. Lapha sikhuluma ngophahla lwendlu, izindonga zalo, nalapho futhi isiqinisekiso kufanele sibe khona. Kodwa konke kwenzeka ukuthi usonkontileka lo owakhayo ube ebhalisile ku NHBRC.
Lastly, in terms of part 2, any home builder that appoints an engineer must appoint an engineer. So when the foundation is constructed, the engineer must sign off on the foundation. When the roof is constructed, the engineer must sign off. So basically all stages of construction must be signed off by an engineer, or as it is set out in terms of the bill, the certifying body or the competent person.
Kanti isigaba sokugcina ke sisho ukuthi uma umuntu akha kufanele kube nonjiniyela okhona. Uma kusakhiwa ifoundation phansi kufanele unjiniyela afika aqinisekise ukuthi yakheke kahle bese sayina nje ongathi ufake isigxivizo sokuthi kuhleke. Uma zikhuphuka izindonga ziyaphezulu abuye futhi unjiniyela avumelana ukuthi zihamba kahle. Uma sekufika ophahleni phezulu unjiniyela futhi aphinde abe khona. Manje lokhu kuqinisekisa ukuthi ukwakheka noma izinga esikhale ngalo liba kahle ngoba umakhi unonjiniyela.
Chairperson, there has been many questions to say the bill provides only protection for housing consumers. How does it protect the home builder? In this chapter, the bill further provides that home builders is entitled to progress payments. So for every stage of construction completed, a housing consumer must make payment, as well as the home builder's right to suspend any further works until such time that the housing consumer has made payment.
Abanye baye bathi kungathi lo mthetho sivivinyo uvikela kuphela abanikazi bezindlu. Thiwani ngabakhi abazakhile. Cha ke nabakhi abazakhile nabo lo mthetho sivivinyo uyabavikela ngoba nabo uthi kufanele bakhokhelwe. Ngamanye amazwi ngeke bakhe bese bengayitholi imali yabo. Ngokwalo mthetho sivivinyo uvikela kokubili abakhi nabanikazi bezindlu.
Then, Chairperson, this is a new provision that has been is in the bill that is not currently, in the legislation, which is added protection to housing consumers, which provides for the adjudication of disputes.
Manje kukhona okuhlongozwayo ke khona yize kungakafakwa njengesigxivizo kumshaya mthetho kodwa nakho futhi sekuyeza futhi kuzongena la. Kuzongena ngokuthi kuzoxazulula ukungaboni ngasolinye okungase kube khona. Sonke leli lungiselele lisha elizoba khona ke. Uma khona ukungaboni ngasolinye lo mthetho sivivinyo kusuzokwazi ukungenelela usize.
By introduction of this provision, disputes between housing consumers and home builders can be adjudicated fairly, as we're all aware that it's quite costly to litigate and to obtain court dates. With this particular provision, matters should be resolved within 30 days, 31 days from the date of referral. And that is basically what our chapter 6 entails.
Ayike ngokwaleli lungiselele lisha lisanda kulisho ke manje lokuthi kube khona isixazululo phakathi komakhi wendlu nomnikazi wendlu makungabani ngasolinye selizosheshisa izinto. Siyazi sonke ukuthi uma kungasabonwa ngasolinye sekufakwa nezinkantolo kubiza kakhulu. Kodwa ke manje ngenxa yaleli lungiselele lisha elikhulunywayo seyizokwazi ukusheshisa indaba zokungaboni ngasolinye ngeinsuku eziwu30 zizokwazi ukuxoxwa izinto zixazululwe indaba ziphele kanjalo. Ngakho ke siyabona ukuthi lizosiza kanjani leli lungiselelo lokulungisa ukungaboni ngasolinye. Ayilokho okuphethwe yilo chapter 6.
Thank you, Chairperson, and our stakeholders.
Sibonge ke sihlalo nanonke ababamba iqhaza bakho.
Thank you very much, Natasha. Just to emphasize on what the bill is trying even to strengthen on the monitoring, because there were people who were asking issues of monitoring. Those inspectors who are responsible, if they found that they've not done their work as required by the legislation, there will be penalties against them as inspectors.
Ukugcizelela ke le ndaba yokubhekwa njengoba sike sasho ukuthi phela kufanele uma kwakhiwa kubhekwe. Kodwa manje ake sithi ke bona labantu ababhekayo abathi ama inspectors abasawenza umsebenzi kahle. Ayike isishayamthetho nohulumeni nabo ke manje uzobabheka ukuthi bawenza kahle yini ukuze bangaphasisi izinto ezingalungile. Ngakho nabo kuzofanele baphinde baphendule uma bengenzanga kahle.
There was an issue of orphans that they are saying since their parents have left, they have not been given a house. We just want to indicate that when the minister came to parliament, because we oversight on the minister, when the minister came to parliament, she had promised that child-headed families, disabilities, elderly people, they are not supposed to queue on the beneficiary list.
Kulendaba eke yavela lapha yezingane eziyizintandane. Ungqongqoshe uma efike eParliament uye wakuveza ukuthi uma sekuziwa kubantu abanjalo abayizintandane, imizi eholwa ephethwe noma elawulwa izingane zodwa, abantu abakhubazekile abaphila nokukhubazeka, uma sekuziwa kulabo bantu bona kufanele babe nabanye abantu bayoma ohlwini olufanayo nabantu bonke abantu abangenjalo, bona banendawo yabo ekhethekile.
So, councillors, ward committees and ward committees, you have to see that those people are taken care of. They don't have to be on the queue. You have to prioritize them on the list and indicate this is an elderly, this is a disability, this is a child-headed family.
Kusezandleni zenu ke nina njengamakhansela ukuthi uma kufika labo bantu esisanda kukhuluma ngabo, abantu abaphila nokukhubazeka, abantu abahola imindeni, kuyibo abaphethe imindeni bebe beyizingane, abantu abakhulile, ukuthi uma senibhala ke ningabafaka ohlwini kodwa babekeni phezulu oqhulwini kube yibo ababhekwa kuqala bese kulandela ke abanye.
There is an issue of beneficiary lists that change every now and then. People are saying we've been since I've applied the house 1996, others they say 2000, and the minister has said that he's going to digitize the beneficiary list so that the list is not going to be possible for anybody to change the beneficiary list as he assigned as a councillor or a ward committee.
Manje uma sekuziwa kuloluhlu lwabantu abazohlomula okuye kwavela ukuthi abanye babhalisa ngeminyaka yo-90s njalo abakatholi, kukhona ukushintsha kwaloluhlu. Ungqongqoshe ke manje uthi usezobheka ukuthi kungasenzeki lokho, kungakwazi ukuvuma ukuthi amakhansela noma imeya zikushintshe lokho obebhalise lapha abelapha. Ngakho sekuzobheka manje ukuthi bangasabi namandla okukushintsha, ngakho kubhaliwe kuhlale kunjengoba kubhaliwe.
As we move around the country, we were told by the communities that some of the councillor, when he comes in, he says, I'm not going to deal with the old things, I'm new. I'm focusing on new things now. And there we then said that the minister has to address those issues so that the list can be consistent and it should then not change as people change their seats. It should be within the system, whether the councillor is there or not. The list must remain.
Njengoba siloku sehla senyuka ezweni siphuma singena sisitholile futhi ukuthi kuyenzeka ngezinye izikhathi amakhansela athi uma engena esihlalweni uma eqala ukuphatha bese ethi okudala ngikungena indaba yakho mina ngiqala okusha njengoba ngingena. Manje kuthiwa ke lokho ke manje kuzovinjwa ke kungasenzeki, akusebenze uhlu, alungashintshi nabantu ukuthi kungena bani esihlalweni bese kushintsha, kodwa kuzoba uhlu nje olumile olungashintshi, kushintsha abantu kodwa uhlu lokhu luhleli.
There are issues of roads and other amenities, social amenities that were raised. We want to indicate one of the reasons why this department is not longer calling housing department, is calling human settlement, is to take care of those issues, that there should not be any houses that are built where there is no water, where there is no schools, where there is no, the bill actually is even trying to tighten that, these houses are being built, there should be a coordination between the MEC and the National Minister and the MMC for Human Settlement.
Uma sekuziwa ke kule ndaba yezindlu esikhulume ngayo manje sizwakele njengoba kulokhu kukhulunywa kuxoxwa izonakekelwa ngenxa ukuthi lo mnyango akusewona umnyango wezindlu njengoba kwakushiwo njalo, lona sokuthiwa umnyango wokuhlaliswa kwabantu. Manje ukusho ukuthi ke usuzobheka ukuthi abantu bahlaliswa kuphi, awukwazi ukuthatha abantu bafake endaweni engenazi izindlu zangasese. Manje lo mnyango kusuzobhekelela zonke ke lezo zinto ukuthi uma abantu bahlaliswa endaweni kahle ezobanika izidingo abazifunayo, futhi kubhekwe ke nezinda njengoba bexhumana kusuka phansi kuze kuyofika phezulu kuhulumeni kazwelonke ukuthi kulandelwa kahle konke ukuhlaliswa kwabantu.
We had a meeting with the MECs, and one of the MECs that we were invited to Parliament was the MEC from Mpumalanga, and we have actually indicated that issues that would be raised in these public hearings, we are going to bring to him to make sure that they get addressed.
Kule mhlangano esiba nayo ke uma befika MECs eParliament kuzoxoxwa nabo ubekhona nosuku eMpumalanga. Ngakho ke simtshelile ukuthi uma sihlangene kulembizo izinto ezizophuma la sizomnikeza zona bese simcela ukuthi akabheke ukuthi ziyenziwa.
So all the issues that we have said, they should be written down by the technical team, are going to be tabled in Parliament for the member of the executive councils to attend to, and as Parliament we will follow up and make sure that they get attended to.
Zonke iphakamiso enizishilo nazibeka lapha bese bezithatha abomnyango laba wezobuchwepheshe ziyothathwa ke zonke bese ziyokwendlalwa phansi eParliament xoxweke ngazo ngasinye isiphakamiso esenziwe bese kubukwa ukuthi kuyesiyenziwa yini njengoba nina nisiphakamisile.
So with that note, we want to take this opportunity to thank you for having attended this public hearing, and indeed your input is going to strengthen this bill.
Sifuna ukuthi ke siyabonga kakhulu ngokuthi nizile lapha nabaneqhaza kuloko bekuxoxwa ngapho, futhi sifuna ukuniqinisekisa ukuthi ngempela enikushilo kuzokwenza lukhulu kulomthetho sivivinyo.
I'm going to request the volunteer to come and close this meeting for us with a prayer.
Ngizocela nje lapha phakathi kwethu ozizwayo efisa ukuzovolunteer akhuphuke enyukele phezulu bese phetha lo mhlangano ngomkhuleko.
And after the prayer, please don't go. There are food that has been prepared for yourselves.
Uma sekukhulekiwe ke sicela ningahambi. Kukhona ukudla okulungiselelwe nina.
So can we then ask somebody to pray for us?
Asicele ke ozayo azosithandazela.
Mama, can we give
kunjingawe abekho njengawe abekho njengawe unjengawe njengawe abekho njengawe akekho njengawe uyikakaramba ngisokulunga izolo nanamhlanje namzukwana Nkosi uzasolo ubusa mesucwengileko siyathokoza babatothandekako you made this privilege for us sakhona ukuthi mesucwengileko sibuthane kule ndawo babatothandekako napa ke Nkosi abakhambeli ngaphambili bethu Nkosi bapha amandla give them courage baragele phambili